Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hold on, leaning in close to the mic. There we go, just had to grab my controller. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and today we are going to be doing a themed run. Now, as far as what soundtrack we're using, considering that we've gotten the same one 3 times in a row, I am using my executive powers to say that we are going to be listening to the original soundtrack this time. That's right, birds. You heard me. Yeah, I see you there, Cecil. Don't act like you weren't talking. Good bird. Alright, so today's theme run is going to be for that of a monster from Monster Hunter Generations that I really like, and I find it to be a bit of a shame that our boy didn't get represented in any of the newer generations, but that might change. So, for those of you who don't know, the monster I'm talking about is Astalos, who appeared in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and just Generations, as one of the Fated Four that was supposed to be the kind of sign of incoming doom, so to speak. Now, here we go, we're going to take Thunder Drop. Now, Astalos is an electric monster, and as such, our boy, hold on, I'm shifting positions, our boy has a lot of electricity at his disposal, but he's also a very fast monster. He's fast and he's very aggressive, like very, very aggressive. Like Astalos, he just does not care. He is very aggressive towards hunters, so I wanted to take a robe that, first of all, looked green. So this kind of like aqua, kind of teal color works for me. I guess it's more of a turquoise, actually. But secondly, outside of just a lot of electric moves, I also wanted to go with something that really punctuates the idea that Astalos is quick. He's a speedy boy. So airbursts seem like the right choice for the dash. It's not electric, but you know what? It works just fine. Now, because he's such an aggressive boy, I think we need to go with something that's either critical hit or just straight up damage related. And I think that will be the right choice. So, there we go. We've got a build that's right for Astalos, and I think the almost over-exaggerated headgear makes sense considering the crest on Astalos' head. Alright, so let's go ahead and start at the Thundering Keep, so we can get them out of the way, and have an easier time with everyone else that shows. Oh, of course, there it was. I'm like, nah, we don't need to go there. But that's exactly where you said you wanted to go. Thank you, Captain Obvious. That was the point I was getting at. And now it's just not going to show up anymore. It's like, nope, I offered it to you once. You said no. But I've turned down every other place multiple times. Yeah, well, I was only going to offer that one once. There we go. And of course, Atlas is in spot 3, making my choice to do an Astalos-themed build just all the more stupid. It's like, no, we are going to punish the crap out of you for wanting to do an Astalos build, damn it. But you know what? I'm going to make this work anyways, because you are not going to tell me what to do. And by you, I mean the game. That's right, you had that coming. So let's get into a little bit about Astalos itself. Astalos is like I said, it is a creature from the 4th generation of Monster Hunter games. Or at least they call it 4th generation, but I mean, let's be fair, it's basically just Monster Hunter Generations. He wasn't in Monster Hunter 4. Yes, give me that. I hope it doesn't screw my chances at good Arcana. Oh, I didn't even see that. Hang on. Got anything good for me, sir? Tiny crocodile hearts. Mercenary's dagger. This seems like a good time to have Tiny Crocodile Heart right away early on in the run where you can build it up nicely. So, as I had said earlier, Astalos is a part of what's known as the Fated Four. What that essentially means is that he would, and what it really means is that he was just, or I should say it, but I will get back to why I was using male pronouns in just a bit. But Astalos, like the others, was supposed to be a portent of coming calamity, which in Generations Ultimate ended up being how they describe Valstrax. Which, if you know anything about Valstrax, you'll know why I call him the Jet Engine. Also, Valstrax is cool as hell. But it was one of them. But when I say Fated Four, that of course implies that there's goddamn 4 of them. The others being Glavenus, which is a large bipedal brute wyvern with a great sword for a tail, essentially. And that guy got to make a comeback in Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Then there's Mizutsune, which is essentially a water-based kind of fox-like wyvern. It was very graceful, and its movements were supposed to be very enchanting and dance-like, which is why its theme is called the Bewitching Dance. We will definitely upgrade that, and I will laugh at you for suggesting I take Surge Anchor. That was a beautiful fight. Now, Mizutsune got to come back in Monster Hunter Rise, along with... I mean, I wish that Soulseer Mizutsune had come back in Rise, but we did get... Oh, that was smart. Glad I did that. But we did get a sort of Soulseer Mizutsune in the form of Apex Mizutsune, which, I mean, yeah, it's not Soulseer, but you know what? It's still a fun fight, and I am down for a little bit of Mizutsune hunting any day of the week, because Mizutsune is just fucking cool. Then the last member of the Fated Four is what's known as the Unshakable Mountain God, and the only one of them that's not like a lizard-like creature, but more rather just a big fanged beast by the name of Gamoth, who is just a giant mammoth. And when I say giant, I mean woof, I mean big. He's a big boy. I should say she, because because I believe that all the Gamoths that he fights in the game are female. now we come back to that bit that I had said earlier, where I was saying about why I was using male pronouns for Astalos. That would be because all the Astalos that you fight are male. Which, of course, leads to the question of, okay, but why are they all male? What are female Astalos like? And I don't know. Sorry, don't have answers to that one. Alright, so both of my other two can get upgraded. I want to wait before spending money on that to see what's available, because as you saw, there was definitely also the hold on, trying not to die here. There's also the adorable mimic that I could use some of that money to pick up some extra fuel for. Because it would feel a little funny just taking the mimic by itself. And that is an option, but that's only worth a 5% damage boost, and that's not very great. Lots of cheapos. Alright, so the smart thing to do would be to finish up this fight. Oh, sweet! Actually, that was worth it. So now what I will do is I'll buy this to feed to the mimic, as well as this to feed to the mimic. Alright, so let's drop everything we're going to keep. That was easy. There we go. And then we will definitely buy these upgrades. Now, one of the things I found neat about Astalos' design is that it wasn't just strictly, I am flying wyvern, bleh. It's that Astalos was also heavily influenced by insects in its design. And that's most readily evident in the idea that its wings are very insect-like. Or more specifically, they look like the wings of a glass-winged butterfly. Alright, I got a little aggressive there. Alright, that's not a very Astalos-like move, so I'm not going to take that. It's a themed run, so I have to make sure that I'm at least taking spells that are Astalos-themed. And yes, I do have a pretty decent idea of what I'm looking for. And it's not just its appearance that's rather insect-themed. Its name in Japan is Raizax, or Raizekusu. And that term literally derived from the word Rai, which is, I mean, it's either that or is a tired or scroll. One of those two will work. I'm probably going to end up taking the luxury handbag. Beautiful. And none of these are great. But yeah, the word Rai is well known for meaning thunder in Japanese. Then the Zekusu part is derived from the German word for insect, which is then retranslated into Japanese, which essentially is the Zekusu part. So, thunder insect. That was not smart. But now let's look at its English name, Astalos. The English name Astalos was originally Astralos from Astrapi, the Greek word for lightning, and Eos, or Los, L-O-S, a common suffix among monster names like Rathalos. However, the name didn't roll off the tongue very well, and therefore the R in Astralos was dropped, becoming Astalos. So there you go. You just learned something about one of my favorite wyverns in the game. And whereas of the Fated Four, Mizutsune was very much my favorite, I also had quite the soft spot for the shocking Scoundrel. Like, sweet and easy room. I very much had a soft spot for Astalos, as well as its deviant counterpart known as the Bolt Reaver Astalos, which was basically just Astalos, but leveled up and with more stuff that it could do, such as the crest on its head could be charged up with lightning, and it would thus have none of these are really Astalos-like, so still stuck with the same form. Good. Pardon me. There we go. Oh wow, even more control over my... Whew, I love it. That's not even gonna work. I don't care about that. I'm just gonna buy a health potion and call it good. Do I need the health potion? Probably not, but considering that I have a ton of health, I would like to make good use of that large HP number. Hello. Do we have anything up here that's Astalos-like? Not really. I kind of feel like I should grab that and justify it as Astalos' ability to generate wind pressure from its wings. But I guess that will also depend on what I find either A, as a freebie, or if there are any particularly good relics for sale, then I might want to use my money for that instead. Now, the other thought that I had for Astalos is that I was thinking about doing another critical hit build, because one of the things that Astalos was particularly good with was critical hit stuff. Like, its gear had a special skill called, what was it? Chain crit, I believe, and that was the more hits that you scored, the I don't know about any of these, honestly. The higher your affinity got, and affinity is essentially your critical hit chance. Now that critical hit up only lasted for a short time, but it would keep resetting the more often you scored hits. So it was a particularly good skill for weapons that hit really fast, like dual blades or sword and shield. Because for those, it was basically just a 30% affinity increase. So I was thinking about doing that, but in the end I decided, let me play up a different aspect for once. I do critical hit stuff all the time. Sometimes it's nice just to do something more in the veins of control than just pure strength. Oopsie, I should have moved. I mean, this is on sale, I might as well. It's not very Astalos-like, but you know what? Not everything needs to be. Besides, when I do theme runs, I generally don't extend that idea to the relics that I pick up. And yeah, I think I will justify buying Furious Tempest with the idea that Astalos can create wind pressure with the flapping of its wings. And Cobalt Firestone, okay. Again, it's not really the most sensible of things to take when you're emulating an electric creature, but sure, why not? By the way, for those of you that know the monster fairly well, or just wondering, I actually think Radiant Blast would have been the better choice for basic, but I just thought that Bolt Rail would be better for, gameplay purposes. Plus, Bolt Rail isn't exactly an unforeseen thing. It does have a move where it essentially points its tail at you and just fires a straight line lightning bolt. So, yeah, it very much has a move that acts exactly like that. So yeah, it still works pretty well. Beautifully done. Ah, I got up buttoned again. As for why I'm choosing to do this particular theme run now, mostly because I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter Rise recently, now that it's come out again on PC, and been really enjoying it, especially recreating some of the builds that I was working with in the Switch version, and really just having a good time with it overall. So it was on my mind, and I was thinking, okay, which monster do I want to do a theme build for? And it didn't take long to think about it. It's like, well, for some reason I've got Astalos on my brain. Perfect, we'll do that. Got anything good for me, sir? Why, yes you do. Perfectly fitting to have an electric fairy as a follower. Now, for what it's worth, I have already done a theme build for Mizutsune. That I, of course, called that one a bewitching dance, going right along with the idea that that is the name of Mizutsune's theme. And I will, of course, call this one a shocking scoundrel, because that's the name of Astalos' theme. So you can see where this is going, of course. And since I have opened the door and have clearly invited the thought process, yes, I probably will do a theme build for both Glavenus and Gamoth. I find all four members of the Fated Four to be very interesting creatures. It's also very interesting that of them all, one of them gets to finally be something other than a wyvern. It gets to be a fanged beast. Gamoth, of course, because it's just a big old mammoth. Let's see if we get anything particularly Astalos-like here. I mean, not really. I'm gonna take that just because I can again justify it with the whole wind pressure thing, but everything else, not so much. Ah! Sensitive controller. Why are they giving this to me again? Do I look like a goddamn teddy bear to you? I am a dangerous electric beast. I charge my body with electricity and I can become like a raging storm at any moment. Why to you does this scream teddy bear? Now, I've heard that in the Monster Hunter Rise expansion, Sunbreak, that Gamoth is coming back, and if that's the case, then that would be super exciting. I haven't seen my boy Gamoth in a while. Oh, amazing, all Gamoth thank you fighter female. But it makes me wonder, are they going to bring back Astalos? And if they do, are they going to bring Glavenus back? I mean, that's the thing, Valstrax is back, so wouldn't the other members of the Fated Four also making a return make sense? Astalos doesn't summon minions, so even though the element is right, the idea is wrong. Bolt Claymore is so good. So, Dark Sage, what move does Astalos have that acts like that? In the case of Astalos, the Bolt Claymore is very reminiscent of a move that it has where it jumps up in the air, charges itself with electricity, and then just comes slamming down with a big shockwave. It's easily one of Astalos' most damaging moves, and trust me when I say it gets the job done. Yay, I missed! So it's not like he's actually throwing out a missile and then making it go kaboom. This is just more so going along with the idea that Astalos has kind of a... Well, he has multiple aerial slam moves, which is why I also chose Thunder Drop. But yeah, Bolt Claymore was supposed to be like his big one, where he hits the ground and creates a blast. Now, I would have loved to have found something that's a little bit more reminiscent of Bolt Reaver Astalos, but I just wasn't able to find it. It made me a little sad. Grab that just in case. And the only thing here that's even remotely Astalos-like is Starbolt. But I don't think it's really that impressive. Very good. That was a bit off. Well, that didn't work out well. There we go. I like that move a lot, but it's just a little too off from what Astalos is to take. Oh. Wait, why did it get to attack 6 times in a row? Something happened that I was unfamiliar with? And we'll grab this. And a well-deserved Bolt Claymore finish. I don't see anything there that's very Astalos-like, so none of that. We are going to drop this teddy bear, though, and take that. And that. Okay, we can pretty much tank our way through this fight now if we want to. I'm not going to, but I could. that was just awful of me. Perfect. That did not work out the way I wanted it to. Come on. Of course you would do that twice in a row, why wouldn't you? Yeah, we'll just finish it right here. Screw that. No need for me to wait for you. Alright, so that was Astalos. Hopefully you guys had some fun with that and are willing to try it out on one of your runs. Let me know what you think. Like I said, in the near future, I probably will do a Glavenus and a Gammoth theme build. If I do decide to do that, and, you know, there's a good chance I will since I've already brought it up, let me know what sorts of things you think would make for an interesting build for those two. And of course, if you're liking what you're seeing on my channel, do the usual like, comment, subscribe dance. It helps me out quite a bit, especially when you like the video, so it gets pushed to other people who might not know about it. That would be a huge help. Beyond that, I got nothing else to say, so thank you guys very much for coming to spend some of your free time with me. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.